Hi there, welcome to another episode of Driveway Icons. This time we've got a 1947 Ford Jailbar, which belongs to Nick. Hello Nick, lovely to meet you. We're going to get it down from the ramps this time. Usually it's on the floor. We're going to get it down from the ramp, have a look around it, get inside it, find out why Nick owns this and what it's all about. So, Nick, here we are inside the Jailbar. Doesn't really feel like a jail, but it's certainly got a lot of metal.
It certainly has, yeah.
I'm enjoying the experience. I'm loving the head height. Tell me a bit about it. Tell me, why have you got it? What are you attracted to?
I got it from a friend of mine who imports these from America, and for me it represented all of the American pickup goodness, if you like that. For me it was a peak pickup era. I remember, when I was young, my parents would drop me off on Saturday morning at the cinema, and we'd see all these sort of cartoons and films for kids, and a lot of them were American based, and I'd see all these great vehicles, and then my father would come and pick me up in his company Hillman Imp, which was a bit of a...
Yeah, I get it.
So I've always had a sort of hankering after these cars. Yeah, I just love them.
Is there anything in here that you would point out, being the owner of it, is there anything that you think that people watching this video should see or know in here, like before we go out?
I love the, down in this section here where they've, maybe the first owners, I don't know, they put the spirit of 47, which they also had painted on the rear window, and I had made up as a sticker to go on one of the doors. And also in this other corner there was the names Dick and Norma. Again, maybe the first owner.
First owner, maybe. Well, the Spirit of 47 is that its model name or anything?
No, I think the owners just decided that's so they put the Spirit of old 47.
Yeah, lovely.
In the window, which was really nice.
Yeah, no, it's great being in here, and I love the roominess of what looks like a very small cabin outside, but I don't feel claustrophobic, so that's probably because that's why I don't want to get outside.
No, I mean it's really nice. I mean, it is quite slidey, as you might imagine, because it's as you go around corners. My wife maybe put on a leather hold up there, so she stopped it sliding around too much. Obviously I've got the steering wheel to hold on to, which is
so it's the engine making it slidey. So shall we get out and have a look under the bonnet?
Absolutely.
That would be good. Thanks very much for this. So Nick, here we are under the bonnet. Well, not quite yet. It looks like a crocodile. I don't want to get my head under there quite. Here is the V8.
Yep.
A ginormous radiator. Is that standard?
Yeah, I think it is standard. I mean, you have to keep the vehicle moving because otherwise it does. I had to have the radiator flushed to keep it cool. It doesn't like standing still for too long.
And these, as we pointed out, the Jailbars. This is why it's called a Jailbar. Ford Jailbar is here. Maybe that's stopping some of the air rushing through.
Maybe.
The air is in jail. The heat's in jail, so it won't come out. Yeah, so what have we got going on? I was just looking at all this paintwork as well as to whether it's original. It really does look like it.
I think it probably is. I mean, you can see where it's rubbed down and it's just... There's no sign of any other kind of paint in between. So.
No. So it doesn't look like it's ever been touched other than that. And some of this probably is original patina that maybe have been accentuated a bit over time.
Original rust. Yeah.
Original rust.
Yeah.
Original rust. Right. So any trouble with the engine? Do you ever get, other than when it's cold earlier, for example, but
No. The engine's been super reliable, and as you were saying earlier, when you're first starting, it just needs like 30 meters or so just for the engine to catch and go. It really doesn't like that cold start.
No, and I think it's the auto box, isn't it? The fluid isn't warm, and I think it's all just a bit much for it.
Yeah. But once it's going, no, it's.
I'd forgotten that because they sort of jump off the start, don't they, when they're cold? If you don't let them wind in. I reckon we should get it up on the ramp and have a look underneath it and see what goes on its running gear. And maybe have a little walk round as well.
Through the mist to the finish of the course, and Cambridge, still looking fresh and confident, are cheered on to a 10-length win.
So, Nick, we're just going to have a little look down the actual body of the pickup, being that is the key thing about the pickup. Is there anything you would point out, being the owner?
Well, I love the shape of these rear wings. I think they're just absolutely marvellous. Well, wheel arches.
You can see here they've got a shape of I can't think what, it cones out, doesn't it? It was built in the 42, 47 release, but of course it would have been designed 38, 39 sometimes. So very much sort of in the War Machine era, wasn't it?
It absolutely was.
So a lot of sort of, I don't know.
All of this is just so
solid. It's really solid, and that's why I don't think you need to worry too much about patina. I mean, that must be, I don't know, like 2 or 3 mil thick or so. It's ridiculous.
I don't know what gauge it is, but it is incredibly thick.
And then this very sort of, of the era sort of.
Solid doors, slam it shut.
Just very, very solid.
The wing mirrors are actually great. I mean, the door mirrors, they're great. I mean, they're really big. So you can actually see.
Really functional. And they look original, I wouldn't know. Are they original? Question for the viewer.
Yes, that's true.
Fact check, is that an original mirror on a Jailbar?
That is an air vent in case you get too hot from the heater.
It
doesn't really work.
It doesn't really work. In America.
In America?
Not in England. Yeah. Well, and the same on the front, the way it rolls round, and these sort of almost eye headlights, and the relatively modest bumper, but it probably doesn't really need one because it doesn't really care.
No, exactly.
You can hit it like a tank anyway.
It is. It's big,
heavy metal,
but it is nice. It is nice.
So let's get it up in the air. Have a look under it as well. Thanks, Nick. That's great. So Nick, here it is, up at last. What's your first thoughts as the owner?
Well, it's great to see underneath because I normally get to see it from this perspective, obviously. I mean, it is. There is quite a bit of surface rust in most places, but it's it's a 1947 vehicle, and it's kind of what you expect. It doesn't look like anything too dramatic.
And I think 1947 is easy to say, but in 2 years that'll be 80 years old. 80 years old. So it's done a lot of stuff, hasn't it? I actually never covered how many miles has it done. Does it have a? I guess you don't even know.
No, well that's the model stopped working many miles ago.
But I mean, overall, my impression is, lots of rust, but that kind of the surface rust that is all right. It's darker rust. It's okay. And then of course we got this lovely, as we were saying earlier, it is just basically 2 I-beams and a load of cross metal over the top of it, which is so simple.
Not complicated, is it?
No, and it's something lovely about that to marvel at. Yeah, a tiny bit of rot there. But overall it's impressive. It's kind of a bit like the upper body. It's got that rust patina. This has got more rust, but it's not alarming rust.
Yeah, exactly.
So Nick, 1947, What would be going on when this truck was being rolled off the production line then?
Well, obviously I had to Google that kind of thing, not being that old. But yeah, I mean, things like, you know, White Christmas by Bing Crosby was number one.
Of course. Yeah, and then there was the 50s. I said, you know, this really was a early 50s car, really, because that's when they became more popular, I suppose, available second-hand.
Yeah.
And in every American's life, probably, or in those that could in American life. And this was very functional. You wouldn't buy this unless you needed it.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's rusty under here, but not structurally of any concern. So I think we just treat it with some Lanoguard to just keep it being kept.
Exactly. I mean, not forgetting it's had most of its life in a sunny, you know, dry environment.
Yes.
I mean, now it's in the UK, salted roads.
Yeah.
I think obviously this is going to accelerate, so it'd be nice to, you know, keep it. So it's just a very light coating.
Absolutely. If it runs, you've gone too much. It's literally like a. And it is, you know, there's nowhere not to coat because all of your rubber and your electrics and cable would coat the whole lot. So well done, Nick. Saves me doing it. So what's next for this lovely truck?
Well, I've no plans to sell it. I'm just going to keep it. I'm going to use it. I use it a lot. As I said to you, we use it for collecting wood on Ashdown Forest.
Yeah.
I took someone to a wedding last month with it. So, yeah.
You're just going to keep it and use it.
Hopefully one day my son will appreciate it more than he does now.
So we've pretty much been all over the Ford Jailbar, and it's been quite a great experience. It's been lovely learning about it with Nick. And if you guys have got any vehicles that are similar, or you know something you think is a driveway icon, you know, get in touch. And if you're happy to, we might get you on the show and have a look under and around and all about your vehicle. And do have a look at the other episodes of Driveway Icons. There's quite a number of these being made. You'll probably find something you like on there. For now, I'll say thank you very much, Nick. And it's been lovely to meet you. Thank you very much. Cheers, guys.